Hello everyone and welcome back to Jam Plays Daily Valhalla. Happy Mega Christmas Eve everyone. Let's go ahead and get killing so you guys can get back to your holiday festivities you may or may not be doing today. I don't know how many people celebrate Christmas here. I don't know how many people celebrate Mega Christmas for that matter, but we shall see. Your account was charged $8,000 as payment. Yes, because we paid Jill's electricity bill yesterday, so. Bill paid. Didn't you have a boyfriend named Bill? I don't know what that implies, but alright. We don't need to go shopping because Jill doesn't need anything to feel better. Nothing from Kira and Becky, as usual. Grand Slam fighters. Is anyone into wrestling here? Became a huge fan of GSF very recently. It's a really solid product in my opinion. So much better than the E. I like the match quality, but I wish they gave importance to the mid card. Are they still forcing 66 American Kid into the main event? Yep. He's gonna face Yusuke at the Dome show. Why don't they push the Great DK instead? He's much more talented than the 66. He's bigger, he's faster, he's stronger too. Because American Kid actually moves merge unlike your indie darling. I want to marry Yusuke. Who's hyped for the women's championship? That one should be the main event, not the turd we're getting instead. 66 is pretty good. Just watch some of his work in Japan. Everyone tells me 66 is better in Japan, but all I see is locks and arm bars, nothing impressive. Wrestling is fake. Amazing how I know all the words, and yet I understand nothing. Alright, what does the augmented eye have to say? Ooh, an update! Lilin receiving mysterious messages update. It looks like we were able to record and transcribe one of the messages sent from one of the compromised signals. Joe Wren, the anchor from our popular TV newscast, served as our very own subject for the investigation. White noise. Who are you? Are you really alive? Laughs. You're special to me. You're everything to me. It's time to become one. White noise intensifies. End of transmission. Developing. Spooky. Or a made-up story. So in a few days' time, is Dorothy just gonna show up and be like, join the hive mind, Jill? Nanomachine rejection has taken 80 lives this year. Oh yeah, because that's what Lenore died of. The Health Observatory just released their annual report on nanomachine rejection cases. The total number of reported cases has risen to 80, increased from the 65 cases reported last year. Nanomachine pollution was particularly strong this year due to the recent protests, wrote the observatory. Protests caused the police force to release new varieties of nanomachines. Their function is still unclear, but according to our sources, they're intended for crowd control. Okay, now that is messed up. So basically these people are... Imagine if the government was like, y'all are protesting too much, we're going to release a new variant of cancer. I mean, for all I know, they could be doing that, but... you get the idea, but still. It's unlikely we'll find a cure in the near future. We can only hope cases like these will become rare in the following years. I wonder if she's among those 80. Model Warrior Julianne returns this February. Oh, that's the one that Joe was embarrassed by. The classic magical girl show, Model Warrior Julianne, is coming back to public television this February after almost 2 decades of absence. Even though the show has been on every on-demand service for a while now. Okay, immediately you can tell this game is a work of fiction because it implies that companies will be willing to share on-demand shows for on-demand services instead of just trying to gatekeep them to make you buy that one service. Most of Glitch City's citizens need to think twice before subscribing to any non-essential service, especially lower classes who have a limited number of internet purchases per year. Oh, they mean figuratively, like how much, well, like with how much they can have purchasing power. Okay. I thought they were saying at first, like, the government literally limits how much they can purchase. The show's return is certainly welcome. Today's parents will finally be able to share a piece of their childhood with the kids. Not risking dinner or breakfast. Is that a tear in your eye? No! This is the happiest day of Jill's life. Also, sorry if I'm yawning a little bit on the microphone right now. It is very late at night when I'm recording this. I try to record it later, either early in the morning or late at night for these streams, just because I don't want to disturb any of the other people I'm living with, so... I mean, this game is set late at night, so I guess it fits, but without further ado, let's get going. Saturday, December 24th. Evening. Ah, hey Jill. How are you feeling? I won't say good, but not that bad, I guess. That's nice to hear. Where's Gil? Did he run away again? Nah, I have him on errand duty, buying the drinks for tomorrow. That sounds weird, coming from the owner of a bar. Every drink from here would come out of our own funds. If we're gonna spend money, we might as well get more variety. Besides, those kind of walks are always good for Gil. You're the boss. Dana seems to find every excuse to make sure Gil is written out of the story. Who's coming so far? Well, there's the three of us, the dogs, you invited Titty Hacker, Jill invited Jamie. Oh yeah, I also invited Dorothy when I called her to spend the night with you. Sounds good so far. Invite anyone else you feel like inviting, the more the merrier. I could, but I bet everyone's made plans by this point. That's true. I'll be in my office. Call me should anything arise. Alright. Time to mix drinks and change lives. Wait here, I'll check inside. Welcome to Valhalla. Oh, a BTC bar. Ooh, some new characters. Excuse me, do you know where the Athena Convention Center is? Why does that place make people get lost so easily? They should have called it the Minotaur Center. Hold on, let me scribble the directions on paper. Thanks. Go to the right. Okay, so they're cosplayers. I make a joke about why are they going to a cosplay convention on Christmas Eve, but there's actually a cosplay convention near where I live that always does theirs the weekend before Christmas, so... Also, I believe that the costumes these characters are dressed up as is a reference to another indie game. I think YIIK is the name of it, but I'm not sure. I remember happening to read it somewhere. Because, like, they have, like, a fan wiki for Valhalla and all that. I remember reading that these two costumes are references, so... I guess question of the day for chat, do you get the reference? Is it from YIIK? Let me know. I don't even know if it's YIK or YIKK. Whatever. Go to the right. When you see a building filled with hobos, this should be it. Thanks a lot. Anything else I can help you with? What the hell? I'll have a drink. What about you? Vacant stare. A Brandini, please. Right. The girl asked for a Brandini. The Lilum freaks me out. Oh no, the hive mind process has begun. Alright. Here you are. Thanks. That's an interesting outfit in this cold season, miss. Well, I'm actually cosplaying, so call me Vela for the time being. And your Lilum friend is? I get it, you're cosplaying too? Sure. Let's go with that. you heard of a game? Oh, okay, yeah. I spit this in. Okay, scratch that previous question I asked. I'll think of a better question. I was like, you know, I think they're cosplaying something from a game YIIK. I think I read that somewhere. Was it maybe the fan? No, they just straight up say it. Okay, but yeah, I think this is a real game that they are actually referencing, though. So, yeah. While I have played this game a lot, I have not memorized everything, so... Have you ever heard of a game called YIK Bartender? I'm gonna say YIK because I do not know how you're supposed to pronounce that normally. I guess maybe Yik, but... That cult classic game that has seen like 3 remastered versions made by 6 different companies this year? That one. We're in a cosplay group dedicated to it. We got lost on the way. I heard you talking to someone outside. Oh yeah, a friend is cosplaying as Alex. I told him to wait outside. Didn't he enter? He'll be fine. Is something amiss? There's a girl behind you. Short hair, black sailor uniform, missing an arm, wearing jeans under a skirt. No, now don't spook the bartender. So... Anything else? I'll get a fluffy dream and be on my way. And you? Bella asked for a fluffy dream. The Lila still freaks me out. We might as well get this woman drunk. We won't have to ever... She's about to leave, so no skin off our back. Here. Yep, this is the thing. Damn, I got dizzy pretty fast. I better stop here. Now that I think about it, just who are you, Essentia? Isn't she your friend? I guess. I don't know. I just kind of met her in a convention. She's stuck with me ever since. She also seems off, like she's missing something or thinking too much. Interference. Slow synchronization. Well, I won't hold you any longer. We should go. Goodbye. Please, come again. This is the thing, chat. They don't come again. They're one-and-done characters like Taylor earlier. Essentia is the creepiest freaking character in the entire game. And that is all you get from her. And there is almost zero explanation on why she is like that. She's just weird. Why the hell are you on the floor? Tased? By the vending machines? I wonder if he said something to piss off Dee Dee or... The vending machines are sentient? And apparently to the point where Jill is on a first-name basis with them. Alright. Black sailor uniform. I hope I'm just overthinking it. More importantly though, jeans under a skirt? Welcome to Valhalla. Oh, hey Dorothy. Oh. Hi, honey. Are you okay? I just kinda wandered in here. I guess I'm a bit distracted. Can no one just wander? Can I get you something? Oh, a sugar rush. Yeah, that. Right. Dorothy seems down. She asked for a sugar rush, but hasn't she told me about a drink that cheers her up? Why, yes, she has, Jill. Do you remember what it is, chat? I hope so, because I'm on the damn thing. What I honestly should have done is give her the sugar rush, and then ask chat what ask you guys what you think the correct drink should have been, but oh well. Here you go. This is... Didn't you say you liked having a piano woman whenever you felt like celebrating or were feeling down? I did? Wait, I did! You actually remembered such a thing! Dorothy Pog has returned. You're so sweet! I was half expecting her to say that she meant a literal piano woman. Glad I was wrong. Dorothy continues to Pog. So much silence. By the way, thanks for staying with me the other day. Turns out I really needed that. She's still doing that! Dorothy accidentally powered the off button. She's frozen like that forever. So, did you enjoy the soda? Oh, did you find that one out? Was it supposed to be a secret? No, but don't go around telling everyone about that. And even because it was you who needed my help, but a hug night is usually one of my most expensive services. It is? Hey, I don't know if the client has body odor or something like that. True. Not to mention it limits the chances of getting any other client that night. Limits? Not removes entirely, just limits. An all-night hug session only limits the opportunity to get other clients that night. I'll let you guys' imagination run wild with that. Still, did it help? Yeah, it helped me cool down a lot. So, from what Dana told me, someone close to you died, right? Yeah. Do you want to know more about it? Do you want to tell me about it? I've brought it up enough times already, I think. No problem then. You were sad and that's all I needed to know. Sorry for the loss, though. I mean it. Thanks. Well, I've wondered for a while, do you really understand death? Sorta? Kinda. Our whole database is constantly being backed up in the collective source. Even if our bodies are destroyed, we can be deployed again with our personalities and memories intact. So, our concept of mortality might be different. We do have a fear of death, though. You do? Can't even begin to understand the idea of not being redeployed. While we have built-in warnings, the mere idea of that nothingness is paralyzing. There are a few that don't mind it, but we do fear death and we don't wish it on anyone. Heck, there was the argument used for abolishing the whole free loss thing. You seem quite knowledgeable about robot history. Do they have, like, robot, like, history classes for Willems? Like robot civics and what have you? Seeing what others have done to make sure I can live like I do helps me not take things for granted. Seriously though, those laws were bullshit. Can't harm humans, can't disobey humans unless it's about hurting them. And you can protect yourself as long as it doesn't harm humans. I mean, sure, the first AIs were just helpers and tools, but how could those laws still apply to them after they teach self-awareness? Who in their right mind would abide by only the rules inscribed in some old book? So wait, is Dorothy, like, implying here, like, there was, like, robot civil rights where they had to, like, fight for independence to not be bound by certain laws? Was there, like, AI Jim Crow? What? Okay. I mean, I guess it does make sense. I mean, there have been several works of fiction where robots are an allegory for, like, classism and racism. I mean, that's pretty much the plot of Detroit Become Human from the bits and pieces of Detroit Become Human I've seen. But yeah, I guess it does make sense in that regard, but it's very funny to think about in that sense. If I remember correctly, those were only the distilled versions of the laws some writer imagined over 100 years ago. They were a reduced version of all his ideas. However, many authors afterwards took to them like they were the very laws of physics or something. Like many other things, people distill and exaggerate what they need and use it to their favor. Wow, you're a nerd! We've already established this, Dorothy. Look who's talking. Let's change the subject a bit though. Mood's getting gloomy. Your apartment is very comfy, you know? I do appreciate though that Dorothy's conversations are not all like I'm a sex worker related, because the game could have very easily gone in that direction, but no, you actually get some insights into like stuff like how Lilim and AI operate into this universe, and more about like Dorothy's just normal non-sex worker life too. So that is something I appreciate that the game does, because they could have very easily just made this this is the character who's horny all the time, herdy-der. But they actually tried to give her a personality outside of that, so I do appreciate that. Your apartment is very comfy, you know? It's a tad small, though. Sorry about that. Your cat is so cute! What was his name again? 4. Why 4? I figured if he ever got lost, at least I wanted to be able to yell, 4! It happened once. You'd be surprised by how many golf players you run into. And every time you play with him, you can say it's foreplay. Yeah. He was also named after someone. Really? Who? A Lilim kid that wanted to transcend. Oh? What? A movie character or something? Sure, let's go with that. I'm also as confused as Dorothy. What does Jill have like some ET-esque backstory encounter with Lilim that we don't know about? Do you want anything else? Let's see if you know me that well. Give me something I'd like. Okay then. What would WWD? What would Dorothy order? Okay, there's your question, chat. What would Dorothy order? What would you serve her if you were in my shoes right now? Obviously, she would order a fedora. I mean, I could do Piano Woman again, but that feels boring. You kinda already know she likes Piano Woman. Well, I don't know what you guys would pick, but me personally, I'm just gonna go with Sugar Rush. Plus, we can fill it with Karmatrine. Here you are. This one's pretty basic, huh? First drink ever created on this system. Still a favorite of the people up till today. Can't blame him. I still can't believe you actually remembered what I said about the Piano Woman. It's always good to keep note of what the regulars like, you know? I wondered for a while though, why do you keep coming back here? For you, of course! Come again? Why else would I come if not to see you? You're one of the few people willing to hear me out, always filled with curiosity. And you're cute. Talking to cute people is always nice. There's also the bar, the way it's insulated from the noise of the city. It's really comfortable. It's just a bit away from the street I'm always at. A win-win situation. Oh, okay, so we're on that part of town. Got it. Although, they've implied many times before this that Valhalla's like in the rough part of... I think even the intro basically says that. I see. It was weird to see you down though, especially since you're always so lively. Well, I wasn't down really. I was just thinking about a lot of things. Like what? Well, my mom, guardian, asked me to go home on Monday for a bit. And as much as I love her, being with her is usually tiring. Guardian. That whole thing about someone taking care of Lilim after they're deployed until they reach maturity, right? Yep. And I'm proud to say that I reached psychological maturity in just 1 year. We always try to keep a very cool volunteers to make the collective source grow faster. So what's wrong with your guardian? Well, she still treats me like a kid. I wonder why. Maybe because you dress with a literal bow, Dorothy. That probably does not help. The worst part is that sometimes I fear she might see me as some sort of replacement for her dead daughter. Huh? Dead daughter? I was deployed to her not too long after she lost her daughter. A contrived coincidence, really. Even when I was still developing self-awareness, I always feared she might be using me as a replacement. She didn't, though. Or at least not consciously. At times she would just stop doing something, or return a gift she's given me. She felt like she was projecting too much of her daughter onto me. But irony that years later, I'd make a living pretending to be someone else in the bedroom. How's that? Well, most of the time, my job involves role-playing. A daughter, a student, some helpless kid. It means I've gotten many clients looking exactly for that, but on the other hand, from a professional standpoint, I'd rather them hire me because of me. Because of my character, not because I'm the one that role-plays as the little girl. Ooh. That felt dirty coming out of my mouth. You may need to exaggerate some attributes. What's the problem with your guardian then? If you do that on a daily basis, why worry about it? Because I don't want to make her sad. Every time I visit her, I fear she might look at me or see her daughter. And seeing me makes her sad. At this point, I don't even care if she's projecting her daughter onto me. I just don't want to make her feel sad. That is actually kind of depressing when you think about it. Like, raising Dorothy reminded her of raising her own daughter, so every time she sees Dorothy, it's like opening a fresh wound. That's an interesting way of perspective. Did you try talking with her? How so? Telling her just what you said to me. Clear up those fears. I mean, unless she's not the kind to want anyone opening up to her, that is. I never really thought about talking to her about that. Doesn't sound like something you just bring up, though. Keep it in mind, at least. Maybe she'll appreciate the gesture. I wouldn't know, though. I haven't met her. She's a really nice woman. The problem is mostly with me, I think. Well then, I'm taking my break. Oh, I'll be leaving then. No, what I was trying to say is that I'm taking my break. You wanna come? Really? If you don't mind talking on a chilly night in an alley behind the bar, that is. I've done worse in alleys. Let's go. Boss, I'm taking my break. Alright. I guess as the game progresses, we get a lot more of these people join Jill on her break segments. Interesting for story purposes. Not good for purposely getting Dorothy drunk to see what weird crap she's gonna say next purposes. Anyways, it's now safe to keep playing. Thank goodness. If I were smart, I would get ads set up on YouTube and put them in here during the breaks, but thankfully for you guys, I don't know how to do that as of yet. And if you did get an ad just there, it's because, haha, I figured it out since recording and they upload. Either that or YouTube just placed a mid-roll at the weirdest time. Want one? Are you really offering a little girl a cigarette? Now you're a little girl? I always am. Innocence, however, is a never matter entirely. But anyways, thanks, no. Smoking seriously messes with my air filters, and they're a hassle to replace. Don't mind me though, smoke to your heart's content. Wouldn't the secondhand smoking also mess with your air filters? Also, I do like how Jill just every time during her break without fail, she always offers the person she's talking to a cigarette, just like, curious? So, why don't you tell me about this guardian of yours? I want to know what kind of woman she is. Sure. Well, her name is Sophia Grain. Grain? She's a retired PE teacher. Nowadays she works at a gym during the morning shift. She's pretty fit if I do say so myself. She had a daughter. Apparently she suffered from nanomachine rejection all of her life. When she finally healed, she was hit by a truck. And then guess what, Jill? She woke up in a fantasy RPG where she could level up and gain all of her powers. And then she had a harem of people she rescued from slavery. And magic exists in this world too, and... what was her daughter's name? I don't know. I never asked real Dorothy. You realize that's technically your stepsister. Like, I'm sad that my mom is reminded of her daughter. I'm sad that when my guardian sees me, she's reminded of her daughter, old what's-her-name. Are you okay? I'm reading Fear. Or is that Surprise? It's hard to tell. I'm fine, yeah. Wait, read? Well, I don't see emotions like you do. I have to make do of a combination of body heat readings, face recognition, and context. I'm still confused about some, but I've gotten better with time. I mean, the last two things are kind of how humans perceive emotions too, Dorothy. Face recognition and context, like, maybe not in like the pure data analytical system, but yet looking at someone's expression, knowing the context of the situation, is kind of how you determine emotions, trying to figure out emotions in the real world. Heck, you could even technically say body heat for like blushing and stuff if you want to get creative. Anyway, you sure you're fine? Yeah. Scared or surprised? She's not wrong though. Wait, does that mean your last name isn't really Hayes? Hayes is just my artistic name. Sounds more exotic, and that's what people usually look for in this business. I'm more impressed that Jill did not think Dorothy Hayes was a porno name. I tried other names though. Dolores Hayes, Genesis Grain. I tried Dorothy Warrior once, but a legal team came out of nowhere and stopped me cold. So, what's your legal name then? Rebecca Dorothy Willow Grain. A bit of a mouthful if you ask me. So Dorothy's actually your second name? Should I call you something like Becky then? People have always called me Dorothy rather than Rebecca for some reason. That's why I chose it. It's useful too. People have tried to falsify stuff using my name and they always get caught. Because they use Dorothy Hayes as their name? Yep. Only my mom, guardian, calls me Rebecca, so it's weird to hear it from others. What about Willow? Willow's my first surname, actually. When I got registered, my guardian was married to a guy who had Willow as the last name. shortly after I joined their household. They separated, so I was left with his family name first. Man, shout out to Sophia Graham. Her daughter dies after suffering from nanomachine rejection and apparently getting hit by a truck. Husband separates immediately afterwards. And then you have to raise the little one. Like, shout out to her, she has been through it. Hold on, so your real name in short would be Rebecca Willow? Doesn't have the same pizzazz to it if you ask me. Whatever you say, Becky. Stop it! It'd be like if I called you Julianne all of a sudden. Jill takes psychic damage from this attack. Whoa, that was anger I read just now. Lots of anger. I think it's weird enough already if you call me Jill instead of Honey. Weird, huh? Now you can end up feeling associated with... How can you end up feeling associated with a name that's not yours? I have an uncle that always called me Tina. He kept calling my cousin Tina Jill for some reason. Neither of us minded though, because he's calling us what he thinks we're called instead of mixing us up. That and it's completely useless to try to correct him. But you know, maybe that effect is true for your clients too. How so? Well, you're worried about your clients not hiring you because you're you, right? But think about what happens when it's announced that a character will be played by a different actor. Sure, it's a character, but people are also going for the actor playing the character. So you're saying they go for my roleplay instead of just mere roleplay? Sounds too far-fetched. Sounds plausible, actually. Okay, honey, I'll take my leave now. Don't want to take up all of your break. Thanks for the chat. See you at the party tomorrow. Bye. I need to remember to buy more cigars. What are some songs we haven't put in the list yet? That one's a little too slow for my liking. We already have that one in. All right, yeah, this one's very jazzy. Oh, right, this one. Yeah, I'll go ahead and add this one in. Wait, we just added that one in. Hold on. Yeah, but no, Base of the Titans is like a very weird one, and it's the one they used in like some of the initial trailers for this game. It's like, it does not fit the tone of the game at all. Back, did I miss something? Unless you count the worst PPV main event fight I've seen all year? Not really, no. Alright. Guys, she just watched Mike Tyson versus Jake Paul. As of me recording this, that fight still has not happened yet, so... I'm interested to see how it goes. And by interested, of course, I mean, will Mike Tyson do what the people want and knock him out? Probably not, because they're probably just in it for the paycheck, but we shall see. Well, you guys probably already do know, but... Going out? I have a word with Gogo outside. He was so hyped for that match. He must be devastated. Okay. Welcome to Valhalla. Oh, I say. Good evening, Jill. How are you doing? The nightmares have stopped, so I'm sleeping better. That tends to happen. How about your injuries? My bones are healing nicely. The wound's finally closed. The scars itch a bit, though. Well, that's good to hear. Are you by yourself today? Yeah, I'm running a couple of errands by myself today, but I want to come here for a while. I also noticed the big guy from last time is outside. Buster? Stella doesn't want me being alone while I'm still healing, so she suggested taking him with me. Ah, I see. What can I get you? Something cold. Alright, what's cold? And we'll make Jill laugh a little bit. I like how the caption for this is, we're nothing but mammals after all. So let's do it like we do on the Discovery Channel. Here. Yeah, this is the one. Why drink something cold when the weather outside is so cold too? Because, Jill, the weather outside is frightful, but the fire is so delightful. Say, we don't have a fire in here. Sure we do, the jukebox is on fire, it's an electrical fire. Oh gosh. It's not that cold, actually. But I've always had decent tolerance for the cold, so I'm not a good reference. So, Stella isn't with you today? She's throwing a mega Christmas party tomorrow and is having a meeting today. I'm just helping her by checking on some of the things she ordered. Here I was, all ready to invite you to the party we're throwing tomorrow. You're throwing a party too? Sorry about that. Can't really say no to Stella. Maybe next time? If there's a next time at all. Don't worry about it. It's not a big deal. I want you to know that I want you to have a good time. Have fun. Drink a couple of beers in our honor. Yeah, I will then. What are Stella's Christmas parties like? Well, Stella, I think has been implied is filthy rich, so I'm imagining they're like Great Gatsby-esque parties. They're really... Oh yeah, she even says. They're really big. There's lots of food and drinks and music. Sometimes there's too much food, though. But at the end of the party, she lets the staff take home whatever is left. She also buys toys for all the children of her staff members. Really? She said something about taxes or whatever, but during the whole thing she just shines. She carries a beaming smile that I don't see any other day of the year. Many of the kids have even started calling her Auntie Ella. Stella always does her best to put up a tough girl facade, but she's very much in touch with her inner child. Like I said, Jack, kids are cruel. Christmas? Easter? Halloween? Name a party and she most likely celebrates it big. Not Thanksgiving though, because that would reveal whether or not this dang game takes place in America or the UK. I mean, I said America or the UK, I feel like I'm discounting the possibility that this game does take place in Venezuela, which I believe the devs are from, so... Interesting. Do you like parties, Jill? I don't mind them. They're a good place to see people. I'm not one to actively look for parties to attend, though. I just don't mind going to them. Ah, I see. I only go to parties that Stella's attending, because otherwise, I just stand there without anything to say. That and I'm not one to wear dresses, you know? You're not. I'm a tad too ripped. They don't look cute on me. Although, with all this healing I have to do, I won't be as fit for a while. They're too, greasy too. I feel like I'm wearing nothing at all. Nothing at all. Nothing at all. So... think you'd look good in a dress, Jill. It's been years since I last wore one. I wouldn't know. Last time I wore one, I remember worrying my arms were too thin or something like that. We all have a complex, huh? I mean, even Stella has her own. That's hard to imagine. Jill, she has giant cat ears growing out of her head. I feel like Stella would have the biggest... With all due respect, I feel like Stella would have the biggest complex of the three of you guys. Oh, but she does have one. She distresses a lot about her bust size. Really? She's not that small. I think I'm smaller than her, in fact. Actually, it's the opposite. The opposite kind of complex, I mean. She's a bit self-conscious about having a big chest. Really? Again, I've seen bigger chests than hers, to be honest. So I guess comparisons are useless here. They rarely help with complexes. Well, she does go the extra mile to hide it. In fact, I have no idea how she does it. I mean, I've seen her before and after she tucks them away, but I guess I never cared enough to ask the specifics. Say, why have you seen them before? What does that imply? I mean, I guess they were childhood friends, I guess like slumber parties and crap, but yeah. That's also why when she goes out, she styles her hair in those, drills? They look a bit drilly, don't they? She styles her hair like that to help divert attention away from her chest. She seems affluent, though, enough. Why not go for a reduction surgery? But she also kind of likes having that size. She takes her bust size after her mom, and Miss Carmine is quite proud of her chest. Puffing out your chest is a sign of confidence, and a bigger chest means more confidence to show. She says something along those lines a lot. Still has quite the admiration for her mom, so I guess breast reduction would feel like betraying her? Huh. I'm making it sound like she's hiding J-cups or something like that. I guess in a taller, thicker person, her size would be normal. She's just a bit shorter or thinner than the norm. Do you get self-conscious about your bust size, Jill? Not really. I'm more self-conscious about my height. Although it usually comes up whenever not being average height hinders me somehow. What about you? Ah, so Jill is like she's a short girl, okay. Yes and no? I don't like bust size, but remember that I look too manly sometimes. And I can't help but wonder if bigger boobs would help with that. You're fine, don't worry. You're fine. I mean, what? Thank you. Can I get you anything else? Do you have something non-alcoholic? I do, give me a second. I guess tea's non-alcoholic, hopefully. Here you go. Thanks! Are you sure this isn't alcoholic? I'm gonna be real with you, say I have no clue. Yeah? It might be expired then. Seems safe enough, not gonna make it go to waste. Is spiced tea alcoholic? I didn't think it was. It literally just says tea. You don't like things going to waste? That's something that stuck with me. Thanks to Stella, actually. She's not a cheapskate by any means. She's a bit excessive about making sure things don't go to waste. No food gets in the trash bin. She always gives it to her pets, or makes fertilizer out of it if no one else is gonna eat it. Now I'm just imagining, like, Stella trying to make fertilizer out of a Krispy Kreme donut. It can get annoying when you try to peel a vegetable or fruit near her. At best, she scolds you for not doing it right. At worst, she rambles on about the nutrients in the skin and makes you cook it without peeling it. So anytime I see something that might go to waste, I could just hear Stella scolding me for it. Huh, you think it'd be the opposite. I can't speak for other rich people, but Belle's family's always really been down to earth. They do indulge in expensive things from time to time, but otherwise they're pretty simple people. Maybe that's the reason I've been friends with her all this time. I doubt I would have been able to otherwise. Oh. So tell me, what kind of party are you guys throwing? Nothing fancy. It'll be just me, Boss, Gil, and a couple of regulars. We'll bring food, we'll chat for a while, and that's it. Man, that sounds so good. At least better than the whole planning madness Stella's throwing right now. If you ever throw something like that again, you let me know, you hear? Sure. Hey, say. Yeah? What do you plan on doing now? I'm gonna check one last errand before going home. No, I mean, what do you plan on doing now with the White Knights disbanding it all? To be honest, I don't know. I never prepared a plan B because I figured she can go with the plan B. Why not just make it the plan A? They really be that one meme of there is no plan B, there is no plan A, I have no idea what I'm doing. I'm not the brightest person, so I never graduate from college or even high school. I go for a position with the police, but it wouldn't be as thrilling. I'm tired of blatant corruption. Sick of it. Oh. But I'm alive. I learned something after that Hell and Apollo Trust. Life is not something you can just throw away easily. Following my way out of that place made me realize just how much I want to be alive. The body count left in that bank was ridiculous. I'm still here. I don't know what I'll do, but I'm alive. I'll figure it out sooner or later. That's nice to know. There are certain points in there. I do like that, because I feel like most of us had to have points in our life where we at least feel like we got close to death, and it's like, man, I actually need to start living and stuff. Like, ignoring the fact that we've been living this entire time, but yeah. Well, I gotta go. Bye, Jill. Good luck with the party. Please come again. Welcome to Valhalla. Oh, hi, Mr. Detective. Ah, hey there, girl. Give me a strong drink, won't you? Strong drink, perhaps something Go-Go Gadget optional karma tree. Here you go. Yeah, this'll do. So, what brought you here? Nothing special. I was just working on a case and I happened to be in the area. What kind of work? Tracking someone. A gun for hire. What about the girl? Crimson something. I am tracking that girl. Didn't you just get out of that job? I did, but the guy offered me a huge amount of money and, well, I just couldn't refuse again. Well, it's your life, not mine. I wonder though, there has to be more to that whole thing than just acting as a middleman to look for some murderer. Say, how safe is this place? We're protected by the BTC property laws, the walls are soundproof, and I really couldn't give less of a shit about selling info to anyone. Okay then, wait, soundproof walls? Why? Did you see those vending machines outside? They're quite talkative, the bastards. It'd be annoying without those walls. Alright then. Wait! Plot hole! Slight plot hole here. How did you hear, like, the banging that you thought was, like, gunshots, fireworks, etc.? And you heard regular gunshots, too, at one point when, like, the Apollo Bank stuff was going down, too. How did that... I mean, I guess soundproofing doesn't completely soundproof, but still. Is that a plot hole? Maybe? Maybe they soundproofed it immediately after that? I don't know. Have you heard of Lord Lance Lavender? No, I haven't played that RPG yet. He's some big name from Kanye-vania. Oh no, we are in the dark timeline. His blood apparently has some weird reaction to Glitch City's nanomachines. Once in contact with the air, it does nothing. But if it's still fresh and touching someone's blood, the nanomachines will initiate a reaction. Essentially, they'll just eat through the other person's body until there's nothing left. Using him as a guinea pig to see what causes that reaction if it could be used to fight nanomachine rejection. So basically, his blood, anyone with nanomachine blood, which is everyone in Glitch City basically, if his blood hits them, it's like acid. Okay. And they're seeing if that can be used basically as like nanomachine rejection equivalent of chemotherapy. Well, turns out the Crimson Rose is his daughter. She left years ago to earn her living here and he hasn't seen her ever since. He could be lying, you know. Doubt it. I did my research. She really is his daughter. Why didn't you figure that out earlier? I had no clue I was making the contract. And tracking the message, all the messages to the source would have been too costly. Knowing who the sender was made things easier. I see. Can I get you anything else? What about a cobalt velvet? Not making him that, because I wanted to show that he genuinely gets excited when you give him the wrong thing. Gut punch. It's actually supposed to mean a punch made of innards, but the name actually describes what you feel like drinking it while drinking it. Here. Ha! Wrong drink! Sorry. Don't be. Free drink! Like, everybody else is, like, disappointed. He's just so happy. So, what made you accept the contract anyway? Keeping in mind all the risks you told me last time. He told me he wanted to see her again one last time, or, at the very least, deliver her a message. He could have been lying. Yes, people lie. You made your point. Even then, I feel like I couldn't say no. I mean, I know what it's like not being able to find your daughter. What it's like to be apart from her, not knowing what she's doing, or even if she's alright. You do? I have a daughter. She's about your age. When she was a teen, we had a big fight and she ran away from home. Okay, well, this is clearly not a perfect parody of George Costanza, because in addition to being an excellent at a certain job, he also is successful with women, apparently. At first, I just waited for her to show up, but then I started getting worried and went out to find her. Couldn't find any trace of her. Nobody had seen her. Soon, I was worried if something might have happened to her. I guess that's how my tracking skills on the list of contacts began to grow. Finally found her, taking cover in some dumpster, unconscious from starvation. So yeah, I just couldn't say no to his request of finding his daughter. I don't expect you to understand. So how's the search going? I'm very close to finding her. That girl's pretty good at covering her tracks. Compared to her from before the bank incident, though, she seems slower somehow. Either she's let her guard down or something else is happening. What will you do when you find her? I have this letter I'm supposed to deliver to her. I don't know what it says, and I don't want to find out. What if she tries to kill you? I might not look like it, but I can take care of myself, bartender. You don't stay so long in this business without picking up a couple of tricks. Yeah, I guess you're right. Okay, I better go back to work before a trail goes cold. Please come again. Are you done? Yeah. Okay then, I want you here tomorrow at 8 p.m. No working beforehand, the bar will be closed tomorrow. Oh, and Base of the Titans comes on right at the end. Again, like, a very weird song to use in the trailer advertising this game. Not a bad song necessarily, but it's very interesting. Look up like the official Nintendo Switch trailer for this game, and you'll see what I'm talking about. Come dressed in your absolute best. We're having a party after all. Alright. Where's Gil, by the way? He stored all of our things in his home because of how close it was to the stores. So I told him to just go home already and bring the stuff tomorrow. I see. Well, see you tomorrow, boss. Hold on. Wait a bit and I'll go out with you. Oh, sure, thanks. I made 2 mistakes, so yeah, I guess spiced tea was... I guess it does have alcohol. Okay, I guess, Chad, pro tip from Jam Plays Games, when you go and play this game, because you should, it's a great game, the tea has alcohol in it, so that's a fun pro tip you can only get from watching Jam Plays Games videos, and probably the internet. Flawless service bonus not granted. Alright then. Well, that'll be it for today's episode of Daily Valhalla. Tune in tomorrow and we will have a very mega Christmas. So, until then, enjoy the holidays, folks, and we will see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.